So we got an interesting one that we've been working on for a while on the table. We're going to talk about the Modlites. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions.
And I'm Mike.
So we've been working on these, playing with these lights for probably the last 3-4 months?
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you get an update every time we post a new video. Why not put them together? Pretty much the same light. One pistol mounted, one handheld. So the handheld, we've got the, let's see, I want to make sure I give you the right model here. They are the PLH V2 is the handheld, and the pistol light is the PL350. These things are bright.
Yeah, absolutely. They're melt your face off bright.
Yeah, yeah, they really are. So, you know, a good tactical flashlight. I mean, you carry a flashlight. I mean, Steph carries a flashlight. I carry this one now because I just fell in love with these. You know, we're talking 350 lumen, which a lot of people think it's all lumen.
Right.
It's really not, because these things, they're pretty average on lumen on what tack lights are anymore. But this thing has 54,000 candela.
Candela is, yeah.
So
it's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
The candela.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we can stand at our front door and there's a building across the street. And I'll show you videos of this, and it's 110 yards. I measured it with a rangefinder. It's 110 yards from our front door to that wall of that building, and it lights up the side of the building. That's pretty impressive. I tell you, I love these things. They're not terribly heavy. I did get a longer handle for my handheld because it did come with the short one. I should have gotten a long one to begin with. But that's the nice thing about the Modlite is, you know, they're modular.
You can change it.
You can change it. There's 3 different heads that you can change it with, depending on your needs and whatnot. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to spend the money on the different heads because the heads are not cheap. The lights are not cheap. I mean, we're talking about $300 a piece for these lights.
But you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. You really do. Now, as I'm going to pick up this gun, it does have a mag block in it. Gun is empty. So the one thing I have a little bit of a problem with the pistol mounted light is the length out in front of the barrel. I mean, if it was a longer barrel, maybe not so much. But on the VP9, I mean, that's well in front of the muzzle. And the thing about it is, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, it actually affected the finish on the light.
Yeah, well, no doubt, because
you know, from the muzzle blast.
That's a good 2.5 inches in front of the muzzle there.
Right. Now the one thing I did use the Filster switches and change the switches on it. Why? Because I got short fingers and I can actually reach those. That's a major factor.
I thought you were going to say just because you can't leave things well enough alone.
Well, that could be too. That could be too.
You tend to pick up something and go, how can I make this better?
Yeah. But I didn't buy the switches. They came with it. So I'm like, hey, why not use them? So, you know, I think that's one of the things. Now, shooting with it, I don't carry with a flashlight. I don't carry with a weapon-mounted light. I never have. And this really was the first time I shot with a weapon-mounted light on a gun, where I actually put more than a magazine down range. And this light is not light, in my opinion.
Yeah. So when I shot with it, you definitely have to compensate for the weight, being out in front of the barrel like that.
Yeah, it seemed to me like with the length of it, to just the way we gripped the gun, it actually was dropping the muzzle lower instead of dropping down center.
Right.
So I think with anything, training would compensate for that.
Right.
But I think it was, and then trying to carry it. I did buy a Filster floodlight holster. I did try to try that. Carrying appendix. That with my body size, that was a little bit too long. And that really, I talked to Gabe New from KSG Armory about the Modlite and carrying in holsters, and he's like, yeah, he goes, that's a long light, and especially to carry in a holster appendix position. So that I saw that as kind of a flaw for me anyway. I think with somebody that's maybe taller and a little bit more length in that area, maybe not so much.
Maybe I should try it, because it's my big thing with appendix is it doesn't feel like it gets in low enough in my waistband. It always feels like it's falling out the top. So.
Yeah, yeah, and with me, if I stood up with the floodlight, I was okay. If I sat down, it pushed all the way up to here, and that's probably not so good. But it definitely, I think it's a good light. I think it's well worth the money.
They seem to hold up well. They're so other than like I said, the little bit of finish that we lost from firing it. They're durable and
yeah. The thing I like about this also is that, like I said, the heads come off. The batteries easily changeable. Don't have to take the light off to do it. They are rechargeable. In my handheld, I haven't burned one out yet, but I charge it about every 3.5 to 4 weeks, which is pretty good. I don't use it every day, but it's got like a 30 to 45 minute runtime all on. I will say, if you run these things all on for that long, they're going to be hot. They're going to be extremely hot.
I have a tendency of bumping my flashlights on and not realizing it. So, and then it's like warm in here.
Yeah, a little toasty in your pants, is it? Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the Modlite too. With the handheld, is the switch is pretty recessed.
Yeah.
And it's it will flash on and off, but to get it on, you really have to push that thing down. And that's one of the things I like about this is, though it doesn't have a strobe, you can make a strobe, because the button is sensitive enough to be able to do that. I'd feel sorry for somebody that got hit in the face with that. I really would. So, from your perspective, Mike, what do you think?
I've been impressed by them. I really have. I don't actually carry one, but these that we've had to review, been very impressed with the way they work, and like I say, I think they're definitely worth the money.
Yeah, yeah, but they are expensive.
Yeah.
I won't say that a $300 light is nothing, because it's not. But
it's a case of ammo.
yeah, it's a case of ammo, and now with prices coming down a little bit, it's about almost a case and a quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of money. The other ones that I would recommend, probably in the Surefire or the Streamlight, they are cheaper, significantly. They're still good lights. They'll still last. I don't think, I know a lot of people like the O-lights. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the O-lights.
I've had a lot of luck with those.
But the Streamlight and the Surefires, sure.
Yeah.
The Modlites, yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking for a good light and you've got the means to be able to do it, I think Modlite's the way to go.
Absolutely.
So take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you get an update every time we post a new video.